This conference will now be recorded.
Hi everyone, hope you're doing well. Today I would like to introduce a page identification tool because we always implement one of the design patterns like page object model design pattern. So this page object model design pattern, what we are going to do is we are going to divide the application into different pages and we are going to store all our locators and methods there. So many of the times I have observed that the more time we are going to spend in terms of identification of the elements, rather than designing the test, we spend most of our test script development in identification of locators. And there are sometimes we need to identify the locators in a hard way, like if you go beyond the XPath axis, like preceding, following, descendant, ancestor, we need to try all kind of mechanisms. And before going to introduce a tool which reduces our time and efforts, I'd like to tell what are the different locator strategies we have in Selenium. So we have 8 different locator strategies. Hope you all know about it. I would like to just write on a high level. So ID name, class name, XPath, CSS selector, and link text and partial link text. Now, I would like to introduce a tool which was developed by Vimal called as Elementor. So there are some other tools also there like ProPath, which was done by Sanjay, and RubaXPath, which was done by Kaushik. However, this tool also attracted my attention. So if you can see this Elementor for Selenium, the prerequisites for this is you need to have a Chrome browser and if you have a Chrome browser, then you can go to the Chrome Web Store and you can install the Chrome plugin. So I have already installed the Chrome plugin. If you go to Elementor in the Chrome Web Store, you'll be having an Add to Chrome button. So once you click on the Add to Chrome button, automatically an Add Extensions window will come out here. And when you click on this Add Extensions, automatically this Chrome extension will be added. Or else you can download a CRX file and install it on the Chrome. So you can do either ways. In order to check whether the Elementor Chrome plugin has been installed or not, one way is you can see a button called Remove from Chrome. So you can make sure that it is there. The developer tools by right-clicking Inspect, or else you can open F12 button, developer tools. There you can see this Elementor, which shows three patterns over here. So this makes us clear like we have successfully installed the Elementor plugin. So that's it. These are the two plugins which we can get the page objects so quicker. So let me go ahead and record. We can get and show a slide sample this Elementor. So you can see the show objects. As of now, this is null because we haven't recorded any page objects over here. So in order to create page objects, you can just click on page object. So we need to divide the application into different pages, right? As of now, what I would like to do is I would like to create a login page. So many of the times when we are creating the framework, we used to give capital letters for a class, right? As per Java naming conventions, we used to follow a class should be started with capital letter. In the same way, here also please follow with the capital letter and make sure there is no spaces there. So that's why there is no spaces. And you can choose your own locale. So the language which I'm going to choose now is English. There is n number of varieties of languages you can choose, but I just would like to choose normal English, and you just click on add page object. This gives us a screen which shows us, hey, anyways, we have created the login page and we can give the element name, and we can also get to know like what type of element, whether it's a checkbox, whether it is a link, radio button. Here select in the sense whether it is a drop down and whether it is an image, whether it is a form, or generic. If you don't know what kind of thing, you can make it generic. And as I told you, these are the different locator strategies as generic. So which are there inside of Selenium scripts. So now, as we know, we normally use this inspect button and do it. Instead, what you can do is you can just click on this inspect button and place wherever you want. As you can see, it is getting highlighted over there. So you can just click on it. Automatically, you can see all the locators has been highlighted. And good option is, it's not like you are going to take one of these. You can take whatever you want, because when you're going to end it, you can export it. There is an option to export it. So I would like to choose as per my desired thing. So I would like to go with ID1. If you want to go with name, just simply click with the name radio button. So as of now, I would like to go with input. So once you are done with inspecting, one thing I would like to say, you need to press escape button. Then only the inspect will be turned off. So now I chose it, and you need to give a name, right? So it should be camel case, as everyone know how to create a variable. I'm just giving a sample name like username, and I would like to select it a text and click on add element. It gives us a confirmation like, hey user, the element has been added successfully. And now I would like to go ahead and inspect password. So again, the same operation, you need to click on inspect button, go to the password field and click on escape button to turn off the inspection. And that's it. You can choose whatever the locator strategy, and I would like to name it as password. And I would like to scroll it to click on add element. You can see element added successfully. So this is how you can add the elements. And now you'd like to know what are the elements to be added. You can click on show objects. You can see there is one page, login page. Likewise, you can create a number of page objects over here, max 2. I think we can add more. Click on that. You can see, you can also suppose, because the web pages are designed and there will be a dynamic changes from the developers. So there is a future to edit it in future, and we can add more elements, because as long as we are working on the agile methodology, we will be getting change requests, right? There is a mechanism to add the elements, and if you like to export all the things as a JSON file, feel free to click on this button. And if you feel like no longer this page is valid, you can click on this delete button too. So now I would like to show you what are the elements we have added. We have added two elements over here. One is username and the other one is password. Now let me go ahead and click on the username field. You can see this is a thing. So now click on again the username one and the locally list. This is an username, and you can click on edit. Automatically again you'll be going to that page of username, and you can add whatever the thing, like you can again click on inspect, go to the particular element and click on update element. Previously we used add element, since now we are going to use edit it and update it, you'll get this update element, so that automatically those all elements will be updated. So these are all the options. You can click on this export JSON, so that automatically a file will be downloaded for you folks. You can see a file is downloaded, and it's pretty much downloading with the same page name, so that what it gives an immense pleasure for us. Directly we'll go to the JSON file, pick all the locators and place in your page object model. If you are going to use page factory, you can go ahead with the annotation at find by and place the locators as per the locator strategy, like how equal to using ID like that. If you're not using page factoring by directly by class, you can go with by dot strategy. Okay, so this I believe like gives an immense pleasure to decrease lot of time for us. You can go ahead and create multiple pages, multiple locales. And there is one more option, you can also import it, because there is a project, simple set project. Because of this was created, but this was not only created for that purpose, you can also use it irrespective of frameworks and all. So finally, what I would like to say this tool is, you can inspect the locators with different locator strategies. You can save the locators with their meaningful names, and you can choose the desired locator strategy. You can export them as JSON, And this is all about Elementor. And if you want more information about it, this is Vimal Selvam's blog. You can go to the Elementor, go to the, I covered almost all the prerequisites, how to record the screen and everything. However, if you'd like to know more, go to this website and you can go, you can also see Simple Sane, so that you can also learn what Simple Sane and all. But as I'm going to say, this is irrespective of this. And you can also try Roto XPath and ProPath. I also suggest it, but I like Elementor also in the meanwhile. As always, the tool is evolving. There will be, this is just Chrome, right? We are not limited to Chrome. We are like cross browsers. We need to work on cross browsers. Sometimes there will be compatible issues, like our websites will only work on Firefox or IE, unlike Chrome. So the future steps which I have seen in one of the social media is now it is just Chrome plugin, as I think it is getting popular. There is a pipeline which they are going to implement it on the Firefox too. Thank you very much for listening, folks. Feel free to ask the questions, or you can go to Vimal and ask about, learn more about Elementor. Have a nice day, folks. Bye.